Welcome everybody to the Secret Comics Presents Indiegogo. This book is written by me, Nasser Rabadi, and drawn by the fantastic Jason Robinson. Our book contains 4 horror stories, Charlie Finds a Friend, There's Nothing to Be Scared Of, Don't Open the Box, and A Knife in Darkness. For this relaunch, we've also extended our comic book from 20 pages to 22 pages, with the potential to add some behind-the-scenes extras if we hit our stretch goals. Order today and discover what terrors are lurking within.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. This is Jason Robinson from Illustration by Design, and I just want to welcome everybody to my live stream, my drawing live stream. For those of you who don't know, I am a graphic artist, illustrator, and comic book artist. And today I'm going to be working on, I think this is page 14 of the comic book that you just saw a trailer to, Secret Comics Presents, which is a horror anthology written by Nasser Rabadi, drawn by me, and it is 4 short horror stories in a 22-page black and white comic book that we are currently fundraising on Indiegogo. And if you go down into the link in the description of this live stream, you can see down there, you can see a link to the campaign. I would encourage everybody to take a look at it, click on it, and yeah, please support the book. Please, we need everybody's help to help fund this book so we can print it out and mail it out to everybody who buys it. And we just want to make the best book possible. So actually, let me go over to the Indiegogo site right now so you guys can take a look at it and check it out. Hold on. Actually, let me check the chat just to make sure that no one's talking. I'm not missing anything, which I have a tendency to do because I forget stuff when I'm live streaming. 4 people are watching. Oh, fantastic. Hi, Mom. I'm sure my mom's one of them. Actually, I don't even know if my mom knows how to get to my YouTube channel. Oh, Andrew J's here. Hey, P-Money's here. How you doing? Good seeing you guys. My tablet will stop screwing around so I can actually see what you guys are saying. Hold on. Clean my glasses. Let me increase the light on my tablet so I can actually read what's happening. Hey, Kinma's here. How you doing, Kinma? You did a great job, by the way, Kinma, on Drawn and Quarter Fan Edition with Gundam. Very impressed. P-Money says, I'm at work, so I don't know how much I'll be able to watch today, but I can at least hit that like button. Yes, everybody, please, if you haven't already, please hit that like button down below. Give this live stream a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so that you can see all the live streams that I do, and also make sure to hit the bell for notifications down there so that you are notified every time I live stream or post a video or something. Make sure to designate that you want all notifications so that you will get all notifications. Let's see. Andrew J says 9 days left. All right, I'm getting paid. Cool. Make sure to give me some of that money. But in return, we will give you a great comic book, and depending on what you buy, you'll get a comic book and possibly some original art. So because we offer original art too, commissions to help support the book. Let's see. Mark Anthony says he needs all that money for crypto. Blame Mike. Yeah, I wish I could afford crypto. I can't. I can't right now. So, but who knows? One day. Let's see. Drawing mechs, where even the pros are afraid to do so. Yeah, drawing mechs is hard. So I don't. I try to avoid them. Okay, let me go over to the campaign and see what it's been doing. I haven't checked it in a while, so let's see. Oh, bum. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. Hold on, let me share this with you guys. Share screen. All right. Now, if you can see this, and I'm assuming you can, we are currently at $3,292 raised, and we have 125 backers, which is really good. But I would love to increase that. We have how many days left? We have 9 days left in the current campaign. So everybody, please, please, if you've already backed the book, consider backing it again. You can add another tier. If you already have a digital copy, you can buy a physical copy of the book, or vice versa. If you have a physical copy, buy a digital copy, or you can buy 2 copies of the book and have your name on the thank you page for the book. So there are a lot of different options. Down here on the right are all the various tiers, going from everywhere from $8 all the way up to a lot of different options for all different price points and budgets. So everything from $8 all the way up to $1,000. So $8 is what, a cup of coffee at Starbucks. So it's a pretty good deal. You can buy 2 copies of the comic. You can buy both the original cover and the variant cover for $25. Free shipping in the US. So tons of different options for you guys. Here are some of the pages that I've already worked on. Here's the first page for the comic. Charlie Finds a Friend. It's one of the stories. And yeah, this is the type of art that I'll be doing for the comic book. So the campaign gives you a good idea of what to expect. And once we put the words and the dialogue in, they'll be even better. So, and here's another panel from the comic, from a page I'm still working on. So this is some of the stuff you can expect from the horror comic that I am currently working on with Nasser Rabadi. So please check it out. Please make sure to go over there and back the book, and please share out the link to the book and also to this live stream on social media. Even if you can't afford to back the book right now, at the very least, please click the link on Indiegogo's website. I think that's right here. Here you go, right in this area. You can click the link for Facebook or Twitter and share out the link to your social media and let people know about Secret Comics Presents. The more people who know about it, the more people who will back it, and the better it'll be for the campaign. So anything you guys can do to help spread the word will be a huge help to our campaign and help us do it. Let's see, what are people saying? Bum, 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 bum. Ooh, Mark Anthony says, like my chai teas quite a bit though. He says, I like the way you think. And Andrew J says, you got another backer. I got another backer. Let me refresh the page. Oh my gosh! Wow! Oh, fantastic! $3,317. That's awesome. Thank you very much to whoever just backed the book. I mean, they backed it by quite a bit too. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Everybody, do like that person did. Follow their lead. No, that's awesome. So we have 126 backers so far. We have 9 days left, and hopefully, we'll be able to increase that number by quite a bit by the end of the campaign. So everybody, thank you very much. Let me go back to, let's see. Let me remove that for now and get started drawing. Again, I'm going to try to get started with inking this page here, this page 14. And what is this story? This story is called Don't Open the Box. So it is how can I break this down? A nice summary. This is a story of a girl who meets a guy, and there's a box involved, and things aren't quite what they seem. So that's a rough synopsis. What's in the box? What's in the box? Yeah, you have to find out. You have to buy the comic and you'll find out what's in the box and what happens when the box gets opened. So, yeah. So, everybody, back Secret Comics Presents. Go down to the link in the description, secret-comics.com. Okay? Now I'm going to put on some of my funky music while I draw. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm not sure how long this live stream will last. Maybe an hour, maybe more. So, but sit back, relax, hang out, and yeah. Again, I appreciate everybody's support and yeah, just for hanging out with me, keeping me company. Oh, what day is it? Saturday. So, I saw the latest episode of Invincible on Amazon Prime yesterday. It was good. It's a good show. I had read the comic book a while back, but it's cool to see it being played out in animation. So it's a fun watch. Let's see. Okay. Now, I'm trying to think. Should I start inking? Yeah, I'll start inking. Okay. I'm just trying to. Right now, I'm in the midst of thinking, trying to make decisions that I probably should have made before I even started live streaming. But right now, the gerbils in my skull are rattling around. Play that funky music, art boy. Yep. There's a box joke in there somewhere, but it's beneath me. Interesting. Right now I'm trying to, well, if you can see the layout here, you can see the various panels here. You got 1 panel, 2 panel, 3 panels already outlined. And then you have this sort of montage around it. I'm trying to figure out or decide if I should outline the entire montage or not. Not sure. I think I will, but all right, I won't worry about that for now. Mark Anthony says, "No, leave it." I'm just not sure, Mark Anthony. I'm not sure. So much stuff on my table. Problem with being an artist is that you accumulate so many drawing utensils, so much stuff to help with drawing that it ends up getting in the way, and you're not sure what you should have. Here we go. I need a sheet of paper to keep me from smearing all of my line work. Move my light so I can see what I'm doing. That would be helpful. And make sure that you guys can see what I'm doing. That would also be helpful.
Yes, it's a good day for singing the song. Yes, it's a good day for moving along. Yes, it's a good day. How can anything go wrong? A good day from morning to night. I sat to the sun. Good morning, sun. Rise and shine today. Yes, it's a good day for singing Well, it's a good day for moving along. Yes, it's a good day. How can anything go wrong? A good day from morning till night. A good day. Yes, it's a good day. Oh, for shining your shoes. A good day. Oh, for losing your sleep. Everything to gain and nothing to lose. A good day from morning till night. Yes, it's a good day for singing a song. Yes, it's a good day for moving on. And it's a good day. How can anything go wrong? A good day from morning till dawn. From morning till night. From morning till night. Good day.
Mark Anthony says my gambit for a Final Fantasy series D&Q has seemingly failed. Yeah, my main problem with with video game D&Qs is that I know nothing about video games. I mean, very little. And my video game knowledge sort of stops at Pac-Man and Donkey Kong. So whenever people want D&Qs with sort of obscure video games, at least to me, like Pope Fire had what was it, Fire Emblem last time for the Pro Edition. I'd never even heard of Fire Emblem, but a lot of other people had, so they enjoyed it. Final Fantasy is definitely not obscure. No, I understand, but I know nothing about Final Fantasy. That's the thing. It's like I don't play video games that much, so it's if it's not like, to my mind, like an old school video game, it's like I don't know anything about it. Is Final Fantasy the one with Cloud? I know about Final Fantasy only because they made animated movies based on it. But if they hadn't done that, if I'd never seen the animated movies, I wouldn't even know what Final Fantasy was. So, yeah, exactly, Mark. If it's not Pong or Galaga, I know Pong, Galaga, I know Pac-Man, I know Donkey Kong, I know Breakout. So, like I said, old school video games. I know Tron. So, but yeah, any of these other ones, especially the sort of are these role playing games like Final Fantasy? They're kind of different. They're not. I don't know. I've never played them, so. Centipede, Dig Dug, Pole Position, Galaxian. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with Galaxian. I know Galaga. So. Yeah, Frogger. I know those.
Sound is all around us, everywhere. It beats at our eardrums until much of the time we're hardly conscious of it. But on this particular Saturday morning, Jimmy Foster suddenly became very conscious of it. It seemed as though the post was vibrating. Well, he'd soon find out whether there was a vibration along with the sound. The scrap of wood showed him that when the bell sounds, it does vibrate. Try this, Jimmy. Try it again. Sound is all around us, everywhere. But on this particular Saturday morning, Jimmy Foster suddenly became very conscious of it. Jimmy's ears were now wide open to the sounds around him.
Gee, that's wonderful. It sounds as if it's right next to my ear.
Short waves for a high note. Long waves for a low note. So you see, the loudness of any sound you hear varies with its intensity and its distance from you. Now be careful, Jimmy, it corrodes my radio phone. Now watch.
And that's that.
That's that, but it's not all by any means.
Forged out of the past and into the present, into the dream of the future.
Hey, Art of Reed, how you doing? Good seeing you.
Forged out of the past and into the present.
Art of Reed says those two figures look great. Thank you. I'm trying not to mess this up. Do my best not to screw it up. All right, let's try some inking. If I can get my chair in a position where I can draw. You guys see this? Let me tilt the camera up a little. There, that's a little better. Let me swap pens. Seven people are watching. That is fantastic. I hope every single one of you has hit that like button and given this live stream a thumbs up and subscribed. That would be phenomenal if you would do that.
You mean you'll work on engines and machinery and not think of your own personal safety? There. Shake hands with danger.
Mark Anthony says, feeling a little lazy today. Let's see. Can only do one of those things. Okay, well, if you're only going to do one thing, make sure you back Secret Comics Presents. Kinma says, I just realized I hate drawing goat skulls. And of course, one of my characters has a goat skull for a face. Well, at least you're working on on drawing what you hate. That's always good for artists to do. Like, I hate drawing buildings and machines, so I should probably work on doing those two things.
What if it bumped that control by accident? You'd be mid-stick by now. What have I told you?
All right, I guess I wasn't thinking.
You weren't thinking. You mean you'll work on engines and machinery and not think your own personal safety? Here, shake hands with danger.
Hey, Eric Hawkins, thank you very much for posting the link. I appreciate it. If you would do that at regular intervals, that would be awesome. Vic says, "Oh, so you're not into backgrounds?" No, I like drawing the human figure. So, I mean, backgrounds. I mean, they're necessary, but I don't enjoy doing it because it's just. I tend to be fussy about backgrounds. So when they're well done, I take notice. When they're not well done, I take notice. But I just don't have the patience for it. So, I like getting to the fun part, which is drawing people punching each other and flying, through the air and stuff. But it extends to things like drawing robots and mech and stuff like that. Mecha. I don't enjoy drawing it because it requires a certain amount of precision to make it look good, and I don't have the patience for it. Having to draw all straight lines for robots and giant like Gundam and stuff, that bores me. What is the difference between Mike and Ethan? Hey, Pope Fire's here! Yay, Pope Fire! Mark Anthony says that's no good. The back percentage is now a very particular number. What is the back percentage? I'm not at my computer, so I can't really see. Vic says, what's the difference between Mike and Ethan's art styles? Well, Mike and Ethan's art styles are different in the sense that Ethan's art style is very instinctive. If you watch him draw, he doesn't draw tight pencils. He draws very, very loose gesture drawings. Like this page here that this page here I'm holding in front of you is a rough of what the final art is going to be. Okay, let me put this aside for a second for an example. This is a rough for page. What is this? Page 12, I think, for the book. And as you can see, it's a rough sketch. You have a gesture drawing here, and me sort of adding on to it, trying to figure out exactly what I want to draw. This is still in the sketch phase. This is still just pencils, and this isn't even the final pencils. The final pencils I'm still working on. Where are they? Here are the final pencils that I'm still working on for this page, and I'm not even done with the final pencils. You can see I'm still working on it, you know, tightening things up. I need very tight pencils before I can, you know, finish, before I can start inking, because I need to know where I'm going. And Mike Miller is very much the same way. He draws very tight pencils before he goes on to inks, you know. Whereas Ethan will do this, you know, like this very rough, you know, gesture drawing of a person lying in bed, and then he'll go straight into the inks, and then he'll go from this to a finished piece of art like this, and he'll do all of his thinking, all of his inking, all of his tightening up in the inking phase, and whereas Mike does tight pencils and then he inks. So I think that's the main difference between their styles, their drawing styles. I mean, I admire Ethan's ability to do that. I can't do that, but at the same time, Ethan, and a lot of times Ethan's structure, you know, in terms of drawing the body, human body, it ends up being janky. But he makes up for it with the amount of detail he puts in his art, so you don't really notice it that much. So you know, it works for him. You know, he does fantastic artwork and it saves him time, because by not having to do tight pencils, by just going straight into the inks from a rough gesture drawing, he saves a lot of time. And so he's trained himself to have a workflow that really benefits him in terms of speed. And that paid off when he worked for DC Comics, having to put out monthly books, where, you know, speed is a necessity. You need to. Sorry, got too much junk around. Where speed is a necessity in order to put out a monthly comic book. So yeah, I don't knock Ethan at all for being able to do that. I wish I could do it, but I just don't have the skill to do it. And it does take skill in order to accomplish that. Mike could probably do it, but I think Mike tends to be very fussy about his you know, structure in terms of the human figure and stuff, and I think he wants to have everything nailed down in a pencil stage, or at least fairly nailed down, before he commits to inks. And I admire that. He's a great. They're both great artists and great creators, so you can learn a lot from watching both of them. I encourage everybody to watch Ethan's drawing live streams. He doesn't do it that often. You know, most of his live streams are just sort of like, you know, talking and, you know, chatting with other people and stuff. But when he does a drawing live stream, I encourage everybody to go watch them. You know, they're still on his YouTube channel. If you go to was it Comic Artist Pro Secrets? That's Ethan's channel. Check it out and watch his drawing live streams. You'll even if you don't learn a lot, because I watched them and I enjoy watching them. I don't learn that much because he takes such a leap from rough gesture to inks, that I'm like, it's hard for my brain to like figure out. It's like he's thinking and he's drawing what he's thinking, but I don't learn a lot from what he's drawing, because I can't see the connection of how he got from his gesture to what he's finally putting on the paper in ink phase. Whereas someone like Mike, or someone like Matthew Weldon, I can see what they're doing, because they've tightened up their pencils enough for me to be able to follow the breadcrumbs. So and I need someone to hold my hand in order for me to learn, you know, what they're doing. So you know. Let's see. Oh, we're at 666 percent in terms of backing Secret Comics Presents. This Eric Hawkins. Okay, well, I guess that's kind of appropriate for a horror comic. But yeah, let's get that number up, so we're out of the devil zone. I don't want to stay there for too long. Pope Fire says, personally, I think Eric Neal-Tasky is a better artist. His style is really nice. I wish he got some recognition for it. Yeah, I mean, Eric Neal-Tasky is a great artist too. So is Kevin Sharp. I mean, there are tons of just great artists out there. And, I would encourage everybody to watch those people, to glean, to learn, to pick up as much as they can from watching them draw. I know I do. So, yeah, check out Eric Hawkins, who's here in the chat. Watch his videos. Watch Eric Neal-Tasky, Kevin Sharp, Gary Shipman, who live streams all the time, Mike S. Miller, Ethan when he does it. I mean, you will learn a lot, and you will improve your own drawing by just by watching and trying to pick up some of the things that they do. Vic says Ethan is just doing the same comic art white man has done for the past 60 years. I'm pretty sure more than just white men have done comic book art. So, Pope Fire says Ethan wasn't fast enough. Wasn't fast though. Oftentimes they had to hire co-artists, and Jeff Johns had to constantly provide references. That's fine. I mean, you need references to draw. So, he doesn't do that often, but when he does, which is almost never, it's really good. Okay, you're talking about the drawing live streams. Yeah, I know. I wish he would do more. That's why I subbed to his channel for the drawing live streams, and he does them like once in a blue moon. It's like, do more drawing. Pope Fire says he's a good artist, sure, but I'm not going to praise him for something he's not doing. No, I understand. Bullet says Ethan has a stronger mental library overall. Possibly. I mean, you have to have a good visual mental library in your head in order to do things out of your head like that. I mean, someone who I've really grown to admire over the past couple of years is Matthew Weldon. I mean, he has a phenomenal mental library in terms of visuals. I mean, I remember one time he was drawing for Drawn and Quartered. They were drawing Mad Max, and he drew like this really awesome, cool car, like, post-apocalyptic, sort of tricked out. I don't know what it was. It was some sort of muscle car, and he just did it out of his head. And I was just like, what? How the heck did you do that? Blew me away. Pofar says she just bought Whedon's Edelgard from the last Drawn and Quarter. Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, Matthew Weldon is I call him he's a mad genius, because his skills blow me away. I am constantly in awe of his skills. So, Bullet says Ethan's drawn so much he can output directly from his head. Yeah. So a lot of great artists out there. I encourage people to follow as many as you can. Like, there's some artists like what's his name? Sorry, trying to think. Kim Jong-ji, is that it? Kim Jong-ji. He's a South Korean artist, really great, phenomenal artist who doesn't even do a pencil sketch or a rough. He just draws straight from inks, and he has a phenomenal mental library of everything from cars to weapons to buildings, that he draws from when he does his artwork. Follow him on YouTube, Kim Jong-ji. Another great artist is, I can't remember his name though, but he's the artist for One Punch Man, and there are a number of YouTube channels that just focus on his drawing. I don't think he does live streams, but he has drawing videos where he'll draw characters and scenes, in real time on YouTube, and check those out as well. You will gain a lot from watching that stuff. Bullet says idiot savant. Yeah, I mean, I almost want to call Matthew Weldon an idiot savant, except he's not an idiot, but he has that same kind of uncanny, almost it's I don't I don't know how he does it. I wish I could do it. It's a skill that I guess you can acquire, but Matthew Wellman just makes it look easy. I mean, the guy spits out like multiple drawings in a very short period of time, and they're all brilliant. So I'm just like, whoa, man. One day I want to get to that level. Right now, I take, as you can tell, I take a lot of time, drawing. So it takes me a long time. I'm not quite at Matthew Weldon's level yet. So because if I draw too fast, I just get sloppy, and I don't want this book to be sloppy. So I'm sort of just drawing slowly. So please be patient with me. And back the book, back Secret Comics Presents on Indiegogo. Now let me think.
Connection with emotions. Because when you become stirred up, when your emotions control your actions, it affects not only yourself, but the people around you. Psychologists find that control of emotions can be gained by understanding the stimulus-response pattern. When you have certain experiences, you respond with various emotions. Stimulus response. Just as this sort of stimulus produces this sort of involuntary muscular response. Nature endows us at first with three general patterns of emotional response. Rage is the response to the primary stimulus of force, something interfering with our behavior. Fear is the response to loud noises or loss of support. And the emotional response to love is usually the result of a show of affection or faith. And these seem to be the emotions with which we start life. Then as we grow up, many everyday things and social situations become associated with these types of stimuli.
cut you some ribs and gave them to you. Guess what else are we supposed to do? See, you're all mixed up. Well, tell me some more. How does that egg do? Well, put down that horn. We'll have dancing school. Clap your hands.
Stop your feet and you sing out quiet. That's what I want, shake it, boogie, boogie, style. Everybody sing when you're doing the jive. And lay down the other wrist, you're the nothing. Don't let it bother you. 'Cause you're the baby, you're the party is right. You will fun and you sing out quiet. That's what it is, need it, I'm taking it. Everybody sing when you're doing the jive.
I cut you some ribs and gave them to you. Guess what else are we supposed to do? See, you're all mixed up. Well, tell me some more. How does that egg do? Well, put down that horn. We'll have dancing school. Clap your hands. Sing out loud. You make this. We're all together and doing the job. On your feet. Sing out loud. That's what I want. Take a look at this time. Everybody sing when you're doing the job. Can't play it on the yard. Don't let it bother you. It's a big one. Show the party, life, fight, show up, swing out, fight. Talk to them, let's get it out, take a bit, everybody's happy when you're doing the job.
Hey, Improbi, how you doing? Good seeing you. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. And probably says, "Who the heck would thumb down Jason for drawing good artwork?" Your man says probably Nasser. Possibly. Although I have good news, Nasser made his first payment to me for drawing Secret Comics Presents today. The very first payment. So I am very excited. I've been waiting over a year for Nasser to pay me something for drawing for this comic, and he's finally made an initial payment, which is awesome. So thank you very much, Nasser. I appreciate it. Yes, your man, pay Jason. Hashtag pay Jason. So Nasser's made the first of many, hopefully, payments to me for actually drawing this comic for him, which is good news. Now I can buy myself lunch with the money Nasser's paid me. It probably says Jason smooth talks his way into Nasser's snug wallet. Yes, yes. I had to use a crowbar in order to do it, but I finally was able to pry some money out of Scrooge McRabati's claws. So now, not Nasser always pays his artists. I just tease him. Although this is the first payment he's made to me, so that's good. I'm always happy whenever clients pay me money for my work. Vic says, hopefully there's more to come. Maybe don't let Nasser take charge of promoting the comic. Go to Ethan. Well, it's not Ethan's book, so he's not. He doesn't really take charge of people's campaigns like that. And thank you again, Eric Hawkins, for posting the link to the campaign. The more people back it, the better chance that I will actually get paid by Nasser. So, because right now the money that we've raised is covering the cost to print it and to mail it out to everybody. It doesn't really cover my costs. So I get paid last after the cost of printing the comic and mailing it out to everybody who backs it. So the more people who back it, the greater chance that I will get paid as well, which would be awesome. I have to keep checking to make sure you guys can see what I'm drawing, because I have a tendency to not pay attention to what the camera is showing.
them? It depends on what it is.
Well, it says, yeah, you can't expect to rely on Ethan to promote you. No, not at all. If you rely on Ethan to promote your book, then you're you're gonna bang your head against a wall, because there's a good chance, a more than even chance, that he will not. So you need to be your own best advocate and your own best self-promotional salesman, because expecting other people to do the work for you is a fool's errand. No one else is going to have more motivation or self-interest in promoting your book other than you. So I encourage everybody who is thinking about crowdfunding a comic book or anything, or selling anything, whether it's selling your own talents, whether it's selling a product, whether it's selling Girl Scout cookies. No one's going to do it for you. If you're an actual adult, your parents aren't going to do it for you. You need to do the work yourself and be out there pounding the pavement, pressing the flesh, whatever, in order to get people to find out about whatever it is that you're trying to sell to the public. It probably says, well deserved, Jason. I hope Secret Comics raises more backers. Yeah, so do I. I hope so. Vic says, I'll super chat next live stream to tell him about you. Oh, cool. Well, thank you very much, Vic. I appreciate that. And probably says, I backed your great Rot Body cover yesterday. Always love seeing an artist's interpretation of Nasser. Yeah. Yeah. It was fun drawing Nasser as a rotting zombie. It's very cathartic. It's the foreshadowing of what's going to happen to Nasser when he doesn't pay up. Yeah, I've already contacted my sister to make a visit to Nasser with a baseball bat in case he does not pay up. So I think that's what initiated Nasser making this first payment. Eric Hawkins says, crowdfunding is much more work than people would think. Yeah, it is. And especially for guys like you who do it all on their own. I mean, at least with for me, Nasser's doing half of the self-promotional work. He does live streams on a regular basis, much more often than I do, which is awesome. And he's posting things on Twitter on a regular basis. So he's shouldering half of the burden of promoting the book, and then he's also going to be the one who's going to be mailing it out to everybody. So that's a lot of work in itself as well. But if you're just doing a book on your own, like you are, Eric, or Ethan, or Mike Miller, I mean, that's a lot of work, and so it's nothing to sneeze at, because you have to be everything in one package. Yeah, rip DMX. Very sad. DMX, the iconic rapper, hip hop artist, passed away yesterday after being in a coma for a week. I think it was a drug overdose, but it's a shame. He was my age, which is sad.
And so I cracked my brain hoping to explain all the things that you did to me. Mr. Shane, please let me explain. Mr. Shane.
But yeah, John Dillard, great seeing you. Everybody, if you haven't already, go subscribe to John Dillard as well. He also has a comic coming out called The Buckler, which is on Indiegogo. The guy's a great artist and a very entertaining live streamer. So I would recommend checking him out. He does drawing live streams on a regular basis as well. So check out his stuff. Eric Hawkins says that was the first thing I thought when I heard about DMX, that he was my age. Yeah. And probably says they say it was a cardiac arrest for DMX. Yeah, but it was brought on by something. I don't know what it was though. That's the thing. But it's a shame.
Greetings from the Andersons. I'm Patty. I'm Maxine. And I'm Laverne.
See, and probably says there's rumors out there that DMX took the COVID vaccine days before. Not sure if that's true or not. Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not either. I mean, I'm hoping, yeah, I'm hoping that is not what caused his cardiac arrest. Jeff Potts, I'm going to back today despite Nasser. Jeff Potts, thank you very much. And I apologize for Nasser. I feel bad because I mean I think the book's gonna be really good, and I'm trying to train Nasser not to turn people off by saying offensive and dopey stuff. So I'm working on him. I'm trying my best to rein Nasser in. You know, if Nasser thinks something, he doesn't necessarily have to let it come out of his mouth. So I just want to, I want to apologize in advance for anything Nasser might say that will probably offend you. Please back the book anyway. It'll have some great art in it. Vic says, I wish DMX were here drawing instead of you. What? No, I don't want to die. Let's see. Jeff Potts says we need to hashtag pay Jason. Yes. Always hashtag pay Jason. Mark Anthony says thank you for that, Jason. Yeah, I just feel bad because I mean I know that people I know that people like Nasser, but Nasser keeps giving them reasons not to necessarily like him, and that's what's frustrating to me, because Nasser is a good guy, but he just needs to control his mouth. He he's a work in progress. So don't don't give up on Nasser altogether yet. But at the same time, I understand if you get ticked off by him, because I get ticked off by him sometimes. I just try to look at the big picture. This is early stage Nasser. He's not quite at his final form yet, so he'll go through different forms before he reaches his ultimate final Nasser form. And I'm hoping and trying to steer him in a direction where that final form won't result in the destruction of the planet. It'll be a force for good, not a force for evil. That's what we should all be praying for. Mark Anthony says proverbial shooting oneself in the foot. Yeah, that is true. Don't give up on Nasser yet. That's a direct quote from me. Yeah, I don't know about again what caused DMX's coma, what caused his heart attack, which led to the coma. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna end up being like a Bruce Lee thing where it's gonna be it's gonna be urban legends about what caused it for the next 50 years. What did cause Bruce Lee to die? Who knows? Was it the ninja death touch? I have a feeling that things like that may start arising about the passing of DMX soon. All right. Jeff Potts says, I think the guy needs to understand that he's not Stephen King. When you make as much as Stephen King, then you can be a butthole and people will still love you. I don't know if people still love Stephen King, just based on him being a butthole over the years. So I mean, I admire his the work he's done, but I don't like him. He's a jerk. But at the same time, I tend to separate the artist from the person. Does that make sense? I separate his work from his personality. It's the same thing with John Byrne, the artist, comic book artist. I mean, John Byrne is, from what I've heard, is kind of a jerk, but he's a great artist. So I don't really care if he's a jerk so much as long as he's because he does great work and he seems to be nice to the fans generally. But that's different from if someone is a jerk to you personally, you take that personally, and I understand how that will turn a lot of people off, and that's why Nasser or anyone else should not do that. I mean, if you're interacting with the public, be nice to the people who are supporting you and backing your work, because you need them. Without the public, without customers, you might as well just be writing fanfic for yourself. So it's it doesn't, it's sort of self-defeating to be overly obnoxious to fans and the public. Mark Anthony says, didn't go so well for Frieza, Cell, or Boo. That is true. Bullet says, I'm waiting for perfect Cell Nostr then. Yeah. I like to imagine, what will Nostr be like when he's my age, and how much will he have learned, grown, and matured? And I that's what I look forward to seeing, because Nostr has a lot of growing to do, both in terms of maturity, personality, and writing skills. And imagining what he'll be like in 25 to 30 years is pretty, I find it exciting to think about. What could he be, if he uses his brain and stops just reacting to stuff. Probably says, Nostr molting into his final form sounds like a frightening thought. So many possibilities. Yeah, it made a great horror movie, wouldn't it? Nostr molting, in some sort of like crazy, creepy cocoon. Nostr the wise, Nostr the benevolent, says Jeff Potts. I don't know if you're raising your hopes too high there. Nostr the wise and benevolent. Nostr P, that's more probable. Probably. Nostr the reformed. Nostr the undying. Oh no, now you're scaring me. Hey, Cross Comics is here. Great seeing you. Hey, 12 people are here. Fantastic. Thank you for watching. Thank you for taking time out of your busy Saturdays to hang out with me and watch me draw very slowly. I do appreciate it. And please, back Secret Comics Presents, this comic that I'm currently drawing live for you. And you can find the link in the description below. You can just click on secret-comics.com. Go to that website, and that will take you to the Indiegogo campaign, where you can buy copies of the comic book we're currently crowdfunding and trying to raise money for. So thank you for your support. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel too. Pyre says, Nasser, mature, use his brain, LOL. Yeah, I know it's hard to imagine that happening, but I would like to think it will eventually happen over the course of the next few decades. So.
Can we look now? Where are tomorrow's opportunities? The frontiers of the future are not on any map. But now, what's ahead of us?
Jeff Pond says, I'm on Twitter trying to build an author platform. If I wanted to, I could get into all sorts of fights on Twitter. No, don't do that. Twitter is the sewer of social media. I know you know that, Jeff. You're just giving an example. And he says, but that would alienate people who might otherwise buy my book. Correct. That is, you should not get into fights on Twitter. And I need to, that's something I need to learn, because I tend to bicker with people on Twitter sometimes. And I need to get out of that. So it is not good for building your audience. So avoid it. Dylan Draw says, I will freely admit I don't spend that much of my free time thinking about Nasser. Yeah, why would you? So, I don't waste my time thinking about people who aren't, who I don't have direct dealings with. So I don't waste time thinking about, Kiwi Farms or any of the nonsense that goes on there, because I have no interest. I don't care about any of the people that they're bickering about on there. I don't work with them. I don't interact with them, so they're not really my concern. Let's see. Cross Comics says my Saturday is not busy. Okay, cool. Well, it shouldn't be because Saturdays are supposed to be lazy days. The weekend is for chilling. So I'm glad you guys have chosen to chill with me. All 13 of you, lucky 13. 13 is my favorite number. So I'm glad 13 of you are here. Let's see. Come on. Let's see. Okay, that's good. That's good. Kinma says, I find it easier to work on my own art when I listen to art streams. Oh, good. Yeah, my problem is that with art streams, I can't draw when I'm listening to art streams because I want to see the art being created on art streams. So I want to see the art streams, not just listen to them. I enjoy drawing when I'm listening to just, I guess, talking live streams. Like most of Ethan's live streams are talking, so I can have my back to the computer, hear what they're saying, and still be drawing and still be, enjoying what's going on. With art live streams, like if Ethan were doing a drawing live stream of Cyberfrog or whatever, my eyes would be glued to the screen because I want to see him drawing. I want to see what he's doing. I want to see what Mike's doing. I want to see what whoever is drawing, and so I can sort of like absorb and steal and use for my own purposes, whatever they're creating. So I really love watching drawing live streams. I have gotten more into listening to audiobooks while I draw, but only certain audiobooks. I mean, I love reading like physical books, and sort of having the theater of the mind, as I read. And I've never really liked audiobooks, but recently I started getting into, as some of you may know, I'm really into like Doc Savage novels, old pulp magazines, and they have audiobooks for some of the new Doc Savage books. And I enjoy them because, again, I get that same experience of, reading the book, but I'm able to do two things at once. I can listen to the audiobook and I can draw at the same time. Whereas, if I just read the books, I can't draw while I read physical books. So I'd be like taking up twice as much time. I'd have to take time out of my day to read the book. I'd have to take time out of my day to draw. And now, by listening to them on audiobooks, I can do both at the same time. And I think for me, with what makes a good audiobook is the voice that is being used. Because of the voice, if I can't get into the voice of the person who is reading the book, I just don't like it. Like I just downloaded a Doctor Who audiobook, and the only reason I downloaded it and got it in the first place is because it's an audiobook being read by Tom Baker as the fourth Doctor. So, and I love Tom Baker. I love his Doctor is like, I guess, my Doctor, my favorite Doctor. So, the chance to actually, have an audiobook read of his version of the Doctor read by him, I was like, yeah, I'll definitely get that. And so far, it's really good. It's just like watching, one of the classic Tom Baker Doctor Who shows. Bullet says, I want to see Elliot draw everything but the book he crowdfunded. Why? I want to see him draw that book. I can't wait till it's finally finished and it comes out. I look forward to getting it. So Elliot is a very cool person. Um, I like how some of those old books and I like some of those old books and magazines as well, says Jeff Potts. I think the story crafting was way better with the old stuff than the writing that's coming out nowadays. Yeah, possibly. I don't really read that many new books. At least new fiction books. I'm trying to think of the last series I really read that's quote unquote new is probably Harry Potter when those books were coming out like 2 decades ago. Um, I tend to read older books. So modern fiction doesn't really interest me that much. So I started reading the All Creatures Great and Small series of books from I guess they're early 1970s, and they're good. They're very good. It's the one that the TV series was based on. So, but yeah, books are awesome. I love books. My wife's a librarian, so we have a constant flow of books coming into our place. I just have to convince her to like let them go eventually. She's a book hoarder, so Jeff Pond says Tom Baker was the best doctor in my opinion. I liked his crazy eyes and smiles. Yeah, he was. He was definitely the best doctor. And the doctors who I think are close to Tom Baker. I and who are the ones that okay, here are my favorite doctors. Tom Baker is number one by far, but the three that come closest to for me are John Pertwee, the doctor before Tom Baker, doctor number three, um, David Tennant, I guess he was the 10th doctor, and who's the guy after David Tennant, the 11th one, the skinny one with the big chin and big forehead, Matt Smith. Those three were the best. Those four, including Tom Baker, were the best Doctor Who's. But I guess for me, the reason why I like Matt Smith and David Tennant is because they have a lot of the qualities that Tom Baker had. A lot of the sort of crazy, nervous, I would say almost like dangerous energy in them. A lot of the childlike, almost immature qualities that Tom Baker had playing the Doctor. I really, really like that with that character, and along with the whole brilliance and blah 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 that stuff. But I think those qualities really appealed to me when I saw them play the Doctor. I think it was the fact that they reminded me of what I loved with Tom Baker when he played the character. John Diller says false. The best doctor was House MD. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember the actor's name. He's a great actor too. I long before he played House. I loved him in Jeeves and Wooster, and tons of other British programming. But I'm trying to imagine he would probably make a good doctor as well. But yeah. Right now, sadly, Doctor Who is basically on his deathbed because they screwed the pooch with the last person they hired to play the Doctor. They ruined that character. So we'll see if the show ever comes back. Was it Jodie Whittaker? Yeah. That was a bad choice. And Chris Chibnall, the guy who's the showrunner. They ruined Doctor Who, unfortunately. Ruined it. All right, let's see. I'm gonna spot some blacks. Vic says crack would make a boring Saturday exciting. I don't know about that. I've never been interested in drugs or alcohol for that reason. I'm very much a teetotaler. So I get more of a thrill. I guess it's two things. I've never been interested in drugs or alcohol. One, because I get more of a thrill, like just doing the stuff that I enjoy. You know, like drawing, and I love watching cartoons and animation and movies and stuff, and that stuff. I get excitement out of that, but also I don't. I'm a big of enough screw up without being intoxicated, and I I don't really. I guess I can say I'm afraid of what kind of stupidity I would get up into if I ever got drunk or high. You know, I don't know if I have the self control to, you know, not to be a complete moron and jackass. You know, if I were under the influence. So I've never, it's never interested me. I screw up enough without it. Bullet says nerd. Yeah, I am a nerd. Sorry. In case you didn't already know, I'm a nerd. Hugh Laurie, thank you. Hugh Laurie. Yeah. Your man says, a what? Teetotaler? No, teetotaler. A teetotaler is someone who doesn't drink or do drugs. Someone who just drinks tea. You know, who's a lightweight. Let's see. Well, it says straight edge. How about square? I'm a square. Your man says, oh, I've never heard that phrase before. Yeah, teetotaler. T-E-A dash, or maybe it's one word. T-E-A dash T-O, I don't know how you spell totaler. T-O-T-T-L-E-E-R? I don't know. I'd have to write it out. It's weird. It's like I can spell fairly well, but I have to like actually physically write it out or type it out as I'm trying to spell it, or else in my head it's hard for me to figure out if I'm putting the words together correctly or not. Jeff Pond says being drunk is fun until you're face down in the snow-covered bushes and someone has put a bag over your mouth while they drive you home. I've had a couple of those moments. Well, I never have, but I found it's much more fun to be sober and seeing other people have those moments. So I remember when I went to college, you know, I was had a lot more fun like watching people get plastered on the weekends than actually, you know, being plastered myself. So I enjoyed learning from other people's mistakes. This is a fun part of drawing where I don't have to be careful. We're not, well, not as careful. I have to be somewhat careful, but hey, Edwin, how you doing? Great seeing you, Edwin. I really need to get with you, so you can have me on your channel to promote Secret Comics Presents. I keep on forgetting to email you, and I apologize. I need to work out a day and time when you are available and willing to put up with me for a few minutes. Um, Edwin says, "Is this the side effect of working with Nasser? Cognitive impairment?" Yeah, I have a feeling it is. You know, prolonged exposure to Nasser will kill multiple brain cells. So, Bullet says that's what people who ain't 27 call being drug free. Straight edge? Huh. Okay. Interesting. Kimmy says, I get drunk to draw. Yeah, I've noticed that, and I guess it works for you because you're kicking butt every week on Drawn and Quartered Fan Edition, Kinma. Dang. If I got drunk, I couldn't even hold my pencil. It'd be like, I'd be useless. Okay, this is how much of a lightweight I am. When I have the hardest thing I drink, and this is like once in a blue moon, is Mike's Hard Lemonade. Okay, if I have half of a Mike's Hard Lemonade, you know, like a small bottle of Mike's Hard Lemonade. If I have half a bottle, I fall asleep because my body just is not. It's just too much. I'm just like, I'm gonna go lie down. So yeah, I can't really get drunk. I would pass out before actually, you know, the actual drunkenness took effect. I just fall asleep. Vic says, you know what might help drawing? Something called nootropics. They're like smart focus pills. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I think I need to depend on my own. Yeah, I think body to focus. I need to work on myself myself control. I don't even like taking like aspirin when I have a headache. I'd rather just, you know, try to work through it because I don't know. I don't like depending on anything, on drugs or anything to, you know, other than God, you know, in order to get me through the day. But you know, I'm fully aware that, you know, if you need it medically, that's fine. But I mean, I don't need drugs to, you know, for medical reasons. See, Edwin says L-theanine wouldn't hurt if you drink black tea. I drink black tea. I don't know what L-theanine is though. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, Jeff Pond says I do home brew beer. I love to brew my own stuff and it tastes much better. Yeah, my dad used to home brew beer. He had a whole thing in the basement. He loved doing it. He had a lot of fun. Edwin Boyer says, after I shower and pretty up some, I'm going to do some story time. I'll showcase Secret Comics Presents at the beginning of the show. Okay, cool. And yeah, if you want to have me on, let me know. I would love to come on and hang out with you. All right. Just gotta wait for this that one section to dry a little. All right. That's better. Jeff Pine says, I used to come up with a lot of ideas just mowing the lawn. There's a Zen sort of thing, cutting grass. Yeah, I think whenever you're doing anything that's kind of repetitive, but you have to maintain some skill in doing it, but it doesn't require like a lot of brain power to do, like cutting grass, like even driving. You get into like a Zen sort of zone because your body sort of goes on autopilot where you're doing it correctly, but you don't consciously have to like micromanage everything that's being done. Yeah, it's a good. Your mind is able to spend that energy, thinking about other things, and it's a cool way to zen out and zone out or whatever. So I get that way while listening to music like this here. That's part of the reason why I enjoy listening to this sort of music when I draw, because I can enjoy it, but I don't have to really think about it. It's just sort of filtering in my ears, and it's it's good motivation while I draw. Sorry, I keep hitting the camera. Ah. Jeff Potts says, I got a chapter I need to finish up. Just thought I'd pop in. Thank you for popping in for so long, Jeff Potts. You've been here for quite a while. I do appreciate it. It's great seeing you. See all you guys later. Evelyn Boyer says, hopping in the shower, I'll work up an indie showcase. I've steered clear of it for a year because of the personality dysfunction. Yep, I understand. Drama mongers. Yeah, I can think of a few. I won't mention any names. But most of that has been put to bed. Yeah. Some of it has. Vic says, I realize a lot of people who seem like they're losing their minds are also very inactive in exercise. I just wanted to get high and also maybe see how it would affect me. Interesting. I like to be able to remember what I'm reading, understand some math problems. Oh, like being able to remember what I'm reading, understand some math problems. Okay. Yeah, I need to exercise more. I think, yeah. Exercise is very important, and it does give you those natural endorphins that drugs, tend to give you. So I encourage everybody to exercise. That's probably the best drug you can use. Your man says sunlight too. Yeah, go outside too. It's healthy for you. Vic says I work out too much. All right, it's now 2:22. I've been live streaming for almost 2 hours now, which doesn't seem that long because I haven't gotten that much done in terms of the actual drawing. But I'm going to, let's see, I need to set a time limit for myself. I'll keep drawing until 3. And so, that way it'll be a good cutting off point. 2.5 hours is good. You guys can go about your day. I can get some stuff done. And obviously I haven't finished this page, but I'll try to come back, do another live stream maybe later on today, and work on it some more. So, I am working on the book, whittling away at it, and I just want you guys to be able to see the progress, and know that you are getting, what you will be getting for your money when you back Secret Comics Presents. So again, if you haven't already, please go down to the description below, hit the link, and make sure to go to secret-comics.com and buy 1, 2, or several copies of the book, and support it. Help get this thing printed and mail it out to everybody. Oh, and also among one of the options is you can buy an actual page from the book like this. You can buy this page that I'm currently drawing, and and then you will get a copy of the book and this physical page that I'm drawing with my own 2 little hands currently once it's finished. And that's one of the tiers available. So go to secret-comics.com, back the book, back this tier where you can buy an actual original page from the book, and it's actually on first come first serve. So the first people who back that tier, they have first choice of which page they want. So if you want this page, make sure to buy that option sooner rather than later. Let's see. I know what I want to do.
What's that shot you like? Play shot. You sound like that. It sure was, but I never heard it played that way before. Well, a good tune can be done anyway. Now, wait a minute. Hold it, Flash. Wait a minute. Wait just a minute. Show Johnny a little proof. What do you mean? John? No, John's writing for is a waltz. Is a waltz? Get it? Here it.
Mark Anthony says, "Do you really know what you want to do?" I'm not really sure. I'm trying not to play it by ear, but half of this is being played by ear. I was trying to decide whether or not to do the outline of her face before actually drawing the individual parts of her face, and I figured it's probably better just to work on the inside of her face, eyes, nose, and mouth. That will give me a better idea of what to do when it comes to drawing the outline. Man says, not to break your workflow, but what is that pen you're using? This is a all the wording has faded off. This is a Unipin fine line. It's like a multi-liner. It comes in packs of, I think, 6 or 7, 5, 6 or 7. I'm not sure, but you can buy them on Amazon. Let's see if I have. Here you go. Is this it? No, that's a different brand. Hold on, give me a second. I got so many art supplies. It's hard for me to keep track of them all. Well, they come in packets like this. Okay, so I think there's like 6 or 7 in a pack. and they come in various widths from 0.05 to 0.8. So they're very good. I've used them for the last several years, probably for the last decade or so, and they're extremely good. They're light fast. They're archival. They don't smear. They work really well on paper, on Bristol board, and I've had no problems with them. Which is, I'm pretty fussy with my art supplies. I mean, I want pens that work, that do what I want them to do, and don't give me any problems. And that's why I've stuck with these. They're called Unipin fine line. I guess they're not markers. They're multi-liners. So it says water and fade proof pigment ink. You can get them on Amazon. I think they're created by Uniball. Your man says those are nice dark lines. Yeah, no, that's why I love them. I mean, they give really great, lines when you lay them down, and they dry really fast. I mean, they dry basically instantaneously. I mean, my requirements with pens is that they dry really fast, because I'm clumsy and I will smear ink if it takes too long to dry, and that it's archival, so that in 2 years it won't like turn from black to like gray or a weird blue color, and that when I lay it down, that it is a solid black. It's not some weird gray tone. So let's see. Sorry, trying to figure out the right angle to draw this without knocking my camera over. Dag nabbit. Okay, that's. Okay, that's better. That's better. Over the years, I've learned the value of thick and thin, and thick and thin lines, and what the sort of effect they give. So I'm trying to make good use of that. Your man says, kind of a funny story. Back in school, there was a guy we called Uniball. He was playing basketball and had a pencil in his pocket. You could see, you can guess the rest. Oh, did he impale his crotch with a pencil? Is that why he was called Uniball? Can you give us a quick rundown on thick and thin lines? Okay, well basically, okay, if you watch animation, any animation, you'll if you notice, if you look at it, you'll notice that animated. Hold on. In animation, they don't use thick and thin because it takes too long and it's too hard to animate. They use single lines, single width lines, where they draw, they draw, say, a character like that. All the lines are the same thickness. Whether it's Family Guy or Simpsons, or you watch Justice League, whatever. All the lines on the characters are the same thickness because it's very easy to animate. Not easy, but it's faster and easier to animate. They're trying to do thick and thin lines like they do in comic books. In comic books, they use thick and thin lines. Here's a good example. White Indian, Frank Frazetta. Everybody knows who Frank Frazetta is. Hopefully you do. Frank Frazetta is the brilliant illustrator who's done tons of Conan and Tarzan covers over the years. He's died, he died several years ago. But he used to draw comic books back in the 50s, and even later than that. But he comic book artists use thick and thin lines, where you have thick lines, and then you have thinner lines here to designate, to sort of show distance, give weight to various objects and everything. So, and it really helps makes artwork come alive, to my mind. So I try to incorporate that in my drawing as well. But for me, it's, hold on. For me, I'm trying to unlearn years of bad habits where, for years I would only draw with one thickness, like in animation, because I never even considered line width when I was drawing. I would copy out of comic books, and I didn't my my ability to recognize line variation was zilch. I didn't even understand that it was a thing. I just saw drawing a Superman. I didn't look at the line texture, the line weight. I just said, oh, that looks cool, and I would copy it with a ballpoint pen. And ballpoint pens don't have thick and thin lines. So I never considered, that the person drawing it was maybe using a brush or some other utensil that enabled him to achieve a thick and thin line. Right now I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to use brush pens more. If you watch Mike Miller and his artwork, he uses brush pens a lot. Where with a brush pen, you can have a thin line like this, and then you can increase it to a thick line, and then bring it back to a thin line again, just like that, all in one stroke. And it gives a really, really cool effect. When once you have enough skill to use it. I don't have that great of a skill with brush pens. I'm trying to improve, and so that's why I'm trying to incorporate using it, in my work. Or I've been trying to do that over the past, couple of years. Whereas, someone like Ethan Van Sciver, he uses one line width, and then he uses multi-liners like this. He doesn't use a brush pen. So he'll incorporate thick and thin lines, but the way Ethan does it is that he tries to simulate the brush look with just a multi-liner. Like he'll use a multi-liner to do a single line like that, and then he'll come back and then he'll thicken up the line on one end, to give that effect of thick to thin. It's the same. The final product or the final result is very similar, but it kind of requires a little more work because, again, when you use a brush pen, you can just do it in one stroke, thick to thin. With a multi-liner, where it has a single width, you have to fill that space in to get that same effect. So it takes a little longer. So I'm trying to get better with my inking. I never really considered inking my own work until I'd say, well, I don't know. When I was learning how to draw, I always just focused on being a penciler, so I never thought about inking thick to thin lines, line widths, things like that. Now that I'm an adult and working as a professional artist, and I have to ink my own work. These are things that I've had to consider, I've had to incorporate, and so I'm in some ways I'm playing catch up in terms of things that I should have been practicing since the age of like 6. So hopefully I will get better as I reach old age. So I'll continue to improve. Your man says, very insightful. Thank you. Was it? Oh, I hope so, because it didn't make in my head. I know what I want to say, but when it comes out of my mouth, it gets garbled up. So I apologize if that was just confusing. But again, I would encourage everybody to check out various artists on YouTube and and watch how they create. Also, another person to subscribe to and watch is Weldon Wong. Walden Wong, Walden Wong, Wong. He's a friend of Mike Miller's, and he works as an inker for Marvel and DC. Fantastic inker. Watch his videos. Really, really good. You will learn a lot watching his videos.
Hello, Johnny there? Hello, Johnny? Look, I've got an idea.
Next stop, New York City. Most of the sound factors are already known. Key of the tape recording.
wrong one. Wrong pen. Let's see. This one.
But this is the point where most people long for a road trip. You discover unlimited variety. The finest in sound and performance. This takes precisely 2 minutes and 40 seconds. They have to be perfect. We don't know. All we got are suspects. My job, find out who. There's a guy named Jones, lab man. He makes prints of films. He handles this print. Then there's Smith. He's a film distributor. He sends the print to the station. And Brown. He's film director of the station. I know. You're trying to make me the ball guy. And Harris, projectionist at the station. I only had that print long enough to thread her out. We don't know. All we got are suspects. My job, find out who. My job, find out who. them together. But if they stick to their stories, we're stuck with a perfect crime. It happens more than you think. Holy smoke, what's going ahead? It's all white. It's a little lyric. Oh, no, I just put a little Halloween makeup on Mrs. Mistake. Kids are going to go out and trick or treat tomorrow night. You can't dress up as a skeleton.
It probably says fresh and clean for more of Jason's artwork. Cool. I'm glad you're back. Jeff Potts is back too. Awesome. I'm not going to be drawing for much longer. I said I'd be drawing till 3 o'clock, so I have a few more minutes left, but I'm glad you guys are here. It's awesome to have you guys support my work and keeping me company. Mark Anthony says, munching on my Subway bowl and watching. Oh, good. Very cool. I need to eat something. Maybe I'll eat something after I end the stream. And probably says, no problem. I'll take whatever you can give us. Cool. That is awesome. That's very kind of you to say. I will try to live stream more often because I know I've been lax in doing so. The last couple of weeks I've been busy with other jobs, so I can't really live stream them when I work on other things because the clients usually don't want people to see what I'm working on before it's actually, out to the public. So Jeff Pot says, I have my caramel latte ready for me on my second cigar. Cool. Mark Anthony says, trade secrets for your eyes, for your eyes only. Yes. Great movie.
Your voice comes out sounding like this.
Come on. I want you to meet a great new star.
Yeah. Dropping stuff. Excuse me. And probably ask, what publishers do you usually work for? Maybe I'll check them out, even though I'm trying to cut back my mainstream consumption. I don't work for other comic book companies. And probably, my main work is doing advertising art for for ad agencies and magazines. I do a lot of magazine illustrations and like I said, ad agency artwork and campaigns. So it's probably not stuff that you can find on, you definitely wouldn't find it in a comic book store. I mean, you trying to think. I mean, like if you go to, okay, here's one place you can find my artwork. If you go to AAA Colorado's website and then click on the section for insurance for AAA Colorado, the auto club, you'll find my artwork there. So it's you can find my artwork around, but it's pretty obscure, unless you know the exact ad campaign or the exact website to go to. You probably will not see my art very many places. I mean, I just finished an ad campaign for an ad agency in England, but you guys probably won't ever see it unless you happen to be in Britain. So it's kind of it's around, but Pete Mack is a Brit, says Jeff Potts. Okay, cool. Jeff Potts says my butt hurts. It usually happens on these high top chairs. Yeah, I don't like high top chairs. I never like them. I especially hate them at restaurants when they say, "Oh, you want to sit here?" and it's like a high top chair. I'm like, why would I want to sit with my legs dangling like I'm a toddler? No, put me in a booth. Jeff Potts says his chair is cushioned, but I've been sitting on one since 11:30 a.m. Wow. My legs dangle. It doesn't help. Yeah. I do not like high top chairs. I gave them up when I was 4. Mark Anthony says, I think you should draw Grace Jones into this book so I'll know who she is. Yes. The chairs at the bar are high tops when there's nowhere else to sit. Yeah, well, I'll sit in one when there is nowhere else to sit as a last resort, but I will not choose to use them if given the choice. I like sitting in a big boy's chair. I don't understand why they would become popular to begin with. They're uncomfortable, and yeah, to me they're just a pain in the butt, literally. And probably says, found some of your work on a AAA site. Huh, cool. Good. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad someone saw it. Okay. And I think I am done for now. It's 3:03, so I'm gonna stop at this point and take a break. See if I can get some other stuff done today. But before I shut off for forever, for the time being, anyway, I want to check the Secret Comics Presents Indiegogo campaign and see where we are. See if we've made any movement over the past 2.5 hours. And again, I want to thank everybody who's backed the book so far, who supported the campaign. Thank you very much. If you haven't already, please go down to Secret Comics Indiegogo campaign website. The link is down there in the description. It's secret-comics.com. You can also see it on the ticker scrolling across that way, I think. But let me check it out right now and see where we are. All right. We were at $3,317 with 126 backers last time I checked. That was earlier in the stream. Let's see where we are now. Let's see. Drum roll. Refresh. Cool. 3333 with 127 backers. Thank you very much, everybody. 4 threes in a row. That's a pretty awesome number. So $3,333. And we're at 666% of our $500 stretch goal. So I guess it's appropriate for a horror comic book. 666%. Let's get past that and onwards and upwards, and try to break that. Let's try to get to $3,500 over this weekend. That would be awesome if you guys could help get us there. So thank you everybody for backing that campaign. I really appreciate it. That's awesome. And again, just go to secret-comics.com to support and back the campaign. Everyone's freaking out with the 666. Mark Anthony says hashtag kick Nasser. Sure, always kick Nasser. But trying to think what else before I sign off. I think that's everything. If you haven't already, please hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and make sure to hit the bell for notifications of future videos. And like I said, I'm going to try to come back later on today and continue working on this page. So make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so that next time I do go on, you guys can see and check it out. Okay. But everybody, thank you for watching. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for your time. And thanks for your support with the campaign. And I will see you guys later. All right. Be good. Stay out of trouble. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.